In the last few days, some Brazilian dancers have been discussing how welcoming our community is for beginners. And some people have said that nowadays, Zouk is not for everybody. I wonder if that's true, and if it is, what makes someone be excluded or included in our community? In this video, I'm gonna share this conversation with you guys and also bring my perspective about it. The goal is to bring more clarity about the reality of our scene and also understand what you need to have to be a dancer that gets in the social and everybody wants to dance with you. Some advocate to a more closed code Zouk, like ballet, while others prefer to advocate to a more open code Zouk dance, like hip hop. I prefer a more open code, and that's what I promote and what I share with my job. But also, I see a lot of value in the other dance teachers that prefer a more restrict way of dancing. In some sense, our community is not for everyone because it's not just for anyone. In my opinion, any community is 100% open to everyone because all the communities, they hold values. And in our community, we hold the values that are born from the dance itself, the good dance. If you lack listening skills, if you lack respect with others, and also if you lack the ability of connect lovingly with another human being, Zouk is going to expose that. And confronting these aspects isn't comfortable. However, going through this and developing the internal skills that Zouk promotes is incredibly rewarding. From there, you can choose to embrace those values and let the community nurture them within you, or you can choose not to engage and the community is naturally going to move away from you because you're not resonating in the same frequency. Exposing yourself to a dance community is indeed a beautiful experience. It's a great space to connect with others, to be present in your body, and also dancing is the best tool against depression. When someone has a problem, we help each other out. Zouk events are safe, and also the values of a good dancer are the values of a good human being. And it's also true the hierarchies, they do exist inside the Zouk community, just like they exist inside any other community. So in the same social, you have complete beginners, you have people that are somehow beginners, intermediate level, you have advanced teachers, and sometimes you have even people that dance like more than 20 years and travel the world teaching this and live their life around that. For me, the best way for our scene to evolve is for us to have the open door to the beginners more and more accessible and easy, but you also have the dance going deep in technique, so the more advanced dancers, they should have very specific techniques and researches about efficiency, about dominance of the structure, about comfort, about how to materialize a specific aesthetics that you want, those kind of things. The path for me is everyone do their best in what they love doing. So if everyone does that, naturally people with the same interests are going to group up and you're going to send your attention to people that resonate with your ideas and with your philosophy. So who likes to go very deep and do research about Zouk and go very small in the details? That's amazing. Keep doing that. I also love doing that. And sometimes I use this as a teacher when I feel like the student is also in this vibe. So we go very deep. But for some other people, this is not attractive. This is not practical. And this is not sometimes their vibe. So they're not going to resonate with that. And my goal as a researcher is to not think about those people when I'm researching, because if someone is researching black holes in physics, they are not going to think about how a fifth grade is going to have troubles to understand what they are researching about. This is the role of the teacher. And as a teacher, the game is different. So as a teacher, my idea is, okay, how can I make anyone reach this result? How can I break the objections? How can I create a build-up where this skill is going to be accessible with easy stairways to help someone to progress until there? And that's also something that we should understand. In Zouk, we only have Zouk teachers, but we don't have this stratification, so there are teachers that are great teachers for beginners dancers because they can easily inform what this dancer have to do and they can make this dancer fall in love with the dance. And there are some other teachers, they are very, very, very technical, and they are going to be a better teacher to someone that is already focusing on small details and small techniques. And usually there's a difference in between what is more required for those teachers. So for a teacher that teaches beginners people, he have to have a lot more didactics than actually technique skills. And for the opposite, if a teacher is teaching an advanced dancer, he doesn't need to have that much didactics, but he needs a lot of technique skills, because This dancer that is going to take this information from him, he already have a background that is going to make him able to process those ideas faster. So it's a lot more about putting the right information to the right person and in the right place. If your vibe is dancing Zouk to perform because you like how it looks, you would love to go to presentations and shows, that's beautiful. Do that. Enjoy your vibe, enjoy doing those presentations. But also know that most of the people that are in a social environment, they are there with the social purpose of it, not to do a presentations. So you have to be present to understand if the person that is dancing with you is in the same vibe that you are. And there is the point that I said. If you don't have listening skills, the community naturally is going to show you that. And this can be uncomfortable. And if you choose to not change, the community naturally is going to keep showing you that, and it's going to be uncomfortable. We can think about 3 levels of experience. So we can think about someone that is uncalibrated to that environment, someone that is a beginner in that environment, and someone that is an advanced at that environment. So if you think about a jiu-jitsu class, for example, someone uncalibrated would be someone that doesn't understand how you're supposed to move in that environment. So would be someone that gets in the mattress without taking out their flip-flops, someone that don't bow to the masters before the class. So they don't know what they're supposed to do, and because of this, they can even act in a disrespectful way. And then we have the white belt. That is someone that already understands how the community works, but they are still a beginner. They are in the base of the hierarchy. And we have the black belt. That is someone that already understood how the community works and already mastered the skills, so they are in a higher position in the hierarchy of technique, right? Then bringing back to a social dance environment, if you are uncalibrated, you're going to feel that your social interactions, they are awkward and naturally, or you learn how to socially interact, or you're going to feel uncomfortable in that situation and you will not want to go back. Now, when you are a white belt, there's also a lot of challenges in the Zouk scene. It's not easy to be a beginner in the Zouk scene, and also it's not easy to be a beginner anywhere. It's always a struggle. Every time that you start something new, you suck. So the white belt will feel like sometimes people don't want to dance with him because has a lower skill level, or he will feel like sometimes the black belts want to train with the black belts and dance with the black belts. And sometimes this actually happens. And the black belts, they are kind of in the easier hierarchy position because they are the ones that when they get there, people want to dance with them. They are more invited to dance because they already reached a level of technique where they can make a beginner dance and have better results. So this is going to make them being more looked for, right? People will invite them to dance more. We also have very present in our community followers that ask leaders to dance just as much as leaders ask followers to dance. So if you are a follower that are used to be asked for to dance, and you don't go and you don't dance the leaders in this environment, you're going to dance a lot less because the environment where you are asks you to also go and create connections because all the other followers are doing that. And what makes you be more asked to dance with? So what makes you go up in the hierarchy of people wanting to dance with you? In my opinion, the first thing is dance technique. This is the most important thing, but it's not the only one. We cannot be delusional about that. So if you have hype, if more people know about you, naturally you're going to be more asked to dance with. If you are more attractive, like if your appearance attracts more people is going to feel like connecting with you, and you're going to be more asked to dance with. Your vibe, so if you have a more open vibe, a more fun vibe in a dance environment, people will want to interact with you more. If you are more close and sad and it's like beach face, people will not want to engage with you. And all of this I'm saying is not like my opinion of what would be wrong and what would be right. Like, oh, you're saying that you judge people by how they look. I'm saying that everyone does that. Like everyone has a first impression of someone else, and the appearances, they do matter. Yes, for sure, we should not judge people just by what we see as first insight, but we also should not be delusional saying that appearances don't matter, because they do matter. And that's also beautiful about our community, because it's a lot more about how how good you can connect with someone else, you know, and be present and have fun with that person and feel good and make that other person feel good, and not that much about how you look or what you have or how much money you have in your bank account. And I feel like in the same way that the black belts, they have a responsibility with the white belts of taking care of them, we also should have with the beginners in some sense, you know, like remembering that we were already a beginner. But we also have to listen to ourselves, because there's an extreme of those this side. Some teachers that I know, they don't know how to say no in socials because they feel like they have an urge so big to dance with the beginners that they don't want to dance. Their body's like tired, they're not feeling like dance, but they say yes and they go and then dance. And I understand this point, but for me, I try to have purpose in what I'm doing. When you become a Zouk teacher, it's a little more complicated because now the social mix with your job, you know. So some people, they choose to see the social more like a part of a job, a part of their job, a part of their job where they're going to exchange with their students, where they're going to showcase their skills, they're going to connect with other dancers. But I felt like doing that took out the fun of the social for me. So me and Lari, we prefer to promote our job and promote our skills in other places, just like the internet or in demos. And we prefer to not work in a social. So when I go to a social, I don't want to feel like I'm a teacher. I want to feel like I'm a social dancer. And I want to dance how much I want to dance, you know, in the volume that I want to dance. And if I'm tired or I feel like not dancing, I want to be able to say no and feel okay with that, you know. I don't have any pressure to do that. So for me, it's just like playing basketball. Let's say that you're a beginner, right? And you go to a basketball court and everybody's playing basketball. But there is one person that is not playing basketball, that is seated there, right? And this person plays very well. And you go and you say, "Hey, let's play. Do you want to play with me?" And this person says like, I'm not feeling like playing right now. And you go and you feel like, wow, that person is so bad because he doesn't want to play with me. And you get mad and you get sad because of this. That's not what you should do, in my opinion. What you should do is you should understand that that person doesn't want to play basketball, even if they are in a basket court right now, but you are in an environment where people want to play basketball. So you should look around and see that there's lots of people playing basketball, and you go engage with those people. So you go engage with people that are aligned in the same energy that you are in that moment. And if you dance a lot and you get tired and you sit and you want to rest and you want to just talk about dance or talk about basketball, there's going to be more people there also doing the same, and no one feels pressure about dancing with no one, you know. Also, something that you should think about is which kind of environment is the social that you are right now. So for example, right now I'm in the countryside of Sao Paulo. If I go to a social here, the skills level is going to be lower, so there's a lot more beginners, and it makes them feel like in their same vibe. Now, if one of those beginners dances from the countryside, they go to a Zouk social in São Paulo, they're going to feel like, wow, everybody here is a professional, because the socials in São Paulo, they tend to have a higher baseline skill, you know. So it's a lot about understanding the environment where you are, you know. And then some black belts, they will just want to roll with black belts. And some black belts, they will also want and have fun rolling with white belts. And this is also a good reflection for the advanced dancers. Like, can you have fun? Can you explore having a dancer with a beginner? How do you make this dance interesting for them? But not only this, how do you make this dance interesting for them and for you at the same time? Because that's the biggest goal. Because if you don't, you start to just give and you are not having fun. You are wishing that that person would be more technical or that person would be different. And then you start to judge that person. So in this moment, you are not being a good dancer, because instead of taking the present, instead of dealing with what you can do in that moment, dealing with the conditions of that dance, of that person, and having fun with that, you are judging it and you are saying like, hey, you should not be like this, you should be different. So This energy of getting better and improving we should hold for ourselves, and then when we see something that we would like to improve in our dance, it's beautiful that you go and you want to get better, and you get this energy of, oh, I want to do it better, and you transform in you improving. But when you go dance with someone else in a social environment, your goal should be having fun, having making this person have fun while I also have fun, and then being able to listen to that body is the most important task. And when you have the skills of already building up your moves, you don't have closed combos that are already complex. You can do something basic and then a little more complex, a little more complex. You can take this beginner with you in a path of discovery, you know? And this is super fun. This is super fun for me. And it's like giving a present to someone else, you know? And there's also the difference between the black belts, they're just black belts, but they don't work with Zouk, and the black belts, they're black belts and they do work with Zouk. So if you're a teacher that works with Zouk, you should have a sense of community even bigger because that's your work. Now, if someone is a very advanced dancer, but they don't work with dance, they don't work with this, I feel like naturally they're going to have less responsibility to feel like dancing with everyone. So let's say it's someone that is a very experienced dancer, but they are dating someone and they go to a social, and this guy just dances with the girl that he's dating. So all night long he doesn't dance with anyone else. There's like lots of followers that want to dance with him, but he's not in the mood. He's in the mood of just dancing with the person that he is with. And in my opinion, we should respect that. People should do what they feel like doing. And if I'm a beginner and I want to dance with Kuna, but couldn't want to dance all night long just with Brenda because they are in a huge connection there, I should not feel frustrated. You know, I should go and play and dance with people that also want to have other connections. Because very probably in one of my socials, if I keep going in this dance experience, I will also have in the future a 3 hours dance where I didn't want to dance with no one else. I just wanted to dance with that other person, you know? And I will feel very nice if people respect that. Also, if you're a beginner, make sure that you're not being someone that just want to dance with more advanced people, you know? Because this is also strange. If you are one of those people, this doesn't feel good because you feel like someone that is very needy when you come and ask someone to dance with you. Try to dance with people in the same level that you are. Sometimes dance with people that are even more beginner, and sometimes you dance with more advanced dancers. Because something that I see a lot too is people that don't have a very, very high level skill level, but those people, they are the most judgmental ones, you know? Actually, the dancers with a biggest high skill level, they are so good that they, you know, everybody that comes to them is a beautiful puddle of amazing things that they can research and reflect about. Is a history. And it's also true that if you are someone with a high level dance like this and you go and you dance with another dancer that is a high level, the level of your conversation is going to be different, and this is also amazing, you know? There's also moments that I want to dance with someone very experienced because I want to see the dance that will come out from me and that other teacher that also lives their life researching about this, you know? And that's okay. That's fine. I also can feel this urge. I also can feel this need, and I can do that. So to close all of this, I feel like we have to do even a better job to make it even more accessible for beginners, because even in other social partner dances, they have this belief that Zouk's hard. Bachata dancers, they say that Zouk's hard. But everything is hard. Everything is easy. If you have a good method and you have a good teacher, you're going to develop fast. But everything requires work, requires attention, and requires conscious effort for you to get better. And the desire to get better is what you make you go and look for more, you know? But also it's important for you to have love for what you already have, for love for the things that you already conquer, for the dance that you already have. This is going to make you feel good without having to do different stuff, you know? So to close all of those thoughts, I do feel like we have to think more about the didactics of how we welcome beginners and which kind of path we offer to them to start the dance journey. But at the same time, the way that is happening right now is working. Zouk is growing up. So the answer for me is people that are doing what you are doing, keep doing that. People that want to do something different, go and do what you love. And that's what I'm doing. I'm taking my own path and I'm doing the things that I believe and it's working, you know. Naturally, people that are attracted by the same values, they come closer, and people that don't believe in those values, they get away. And that's how the communities are built. Beginners, understand that being a white belt is not easy in the hierarchy of technique, but also understand that in the dance community is a beautiful community where you're going to be accepted and you are going to have support to get better. This doesn't mean that we are free of assholes. Sometimes you meet some dancers that are going to judge your dance and they're going to look to you as you are less because you have less dancing skills. But then, like, you should not care for their opinion, and you should understand that they are lost in this mindset. For the black belts, I feel like if we develop a sense of community and also understanding how we can have fun while we dance with beginners, and also how we make the dance accessible for them, is also going to be good for you, because you become a better dancer, because you can show the high level skills that you have in an approachable way to a beginner. And this naturally is going to make you a better dancer. And all the very, very good dancers, they can do that. And also, I feel like we should not feel pressured when we want to dance with people in the same level that we are right now. We should also listen to what we want to do, because in the end of the day, I'm also there to have fun. And to the teachers, I feel like we should think more about how we introduce dance to people and make the games that we teach the beginners easier. So less about coordination and grinding, and more about easier and fun ideas that in 1 or 2 hours they can already take it and already apply in a playful way to use in a social. And then white belt, if you ask a black belt to roll with you and they say no, don't get sad. Just go and ask someone else, you know. Put yourself in an environment where people want to dance, and if someone doesn't want to dance, you just go to the next one. Don't take it personally. I don't know if this video gave you answers, but I'm sure that this video is going to make you ask better questions, and I'm happy with that. So if you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Send this video to a Zouk friend that also need to hear that and see those things. And drop in the comments what you think about it. Do you agree? You don't agree? Let me know. So see you.